Mrs. Green Apple, we are beginning our next track by track listen through to one of their albums. We've done Attitude, we've done Antenna, and then we went all the way back to Progressive, back at the beginning of their back at the beginning of their career, and now we're moving on to Variety. Now, I should point out, when I say the beginning of their career, obviously they had Introduction come out before Progressive, but that's something that was already available as a CD at shows. I really want to hear that, and I'm going to continue my call out to people. If anyone has a copy and would like to help me listen to that album, I would love to hear the very, very first thing from the band back in July of 2014. That would be amazing. But we're on to Variety now because we're going to move forwards. Interesting enough, actually, after Progressive, I thought the next thing that we were going to be listening to would be their debut album, 12, which came out in January of 2016. But then I looked back at it and actually, no. Before 12, we did get Variety. So Variety came out in July of 2015, so only 5 months after Progressive, so very close time-wise. And obviously only like about half a year before we got 12 come out as the album. So Variety, definitely looking forward to it. As you can see here from the charts as well, it was still a relatively unknown one. Did very similarly in the Japan Hot charts, but did significantly better in the overall Japan charts. Obviously, this was back in 2015, and even back in 2015, charts basically meant nothing, but still, it's a nice little indicator that they were at that phase in their career. So we're going to be starting with, you're probably thinking, oh, Howard, this doesn't look like the video for Start, which is the start of the album. No, I already did a reaction to Start. As you guys might know, before I started doing track by tracks, I was just randomly perusing through the singles, and Start is a song I've already done a reaction to. So I did just go back and re-listen to it. Actually, I was about to film a reaction to it until I suddenly realized, wait, no, I know this song. So I went back, re-listened to it, reminded myself, this is definitely an album that starts with a big, bright, energetic burst. But obviously the rest of the album, mini-album, whatever you want to call it, EP, has, 5 tracks, and none of which have a music video. And as I always say, the ones about music videos are always fun for me because you never know what to expect. No visual cues, nothing, and often if there's no music video, it means this is a song that the band created because they were just crafting songs. There is not necessarily a single here, just so much as an indicator into what the band actually do when folks like Amori are writing interesting and creative things in their spare time. So we're going to get to hear a little bit of, Variety. I felt pain when I made that joke. Anyway, let's jump in. This is, let's check the name actually. This is Risky Game from Variety by Mrs. Green Apple, and it is the second track on the album. The first one that we're doing is track by track, and of course I'll try and make sure to include, where you can find Start. If you go to my YouTube channel and just search for the song Start, you'll see it. It's not that long ago. Scroll back. Anyway, here we go. Risky Game. Okay, we're starting fun with this one. Loving the little keyboard lines to call an answer. Oh, English! I'm not used to hearing English in this song. That keyboard use is so fun. That little breakdown there. Yeah, again, it reminds me of that sort of high energy Kemosabe vibe where you're just kind of like, okay, this song is just a good rock song. With all the bright, colourful, this is Green Apple popping elements in there as well. Nice! That's so chilled out. I love that. I wanted to drop back in. I feel the build-up is really kind of long on this. We're building up to this last chorus a lot. Come on. There we go. That is such a weird production choice. I like it though. Got to stop it before the next song plays. So this was literally a song off their first album. Do you know what? If it sounded like this on their okay, so sorry, I just got a little security alert come up on my computer, which is why I had to quickly skip there. But okay. What really hits me about this is that this is not only is this the next song on Variety, but this is also, I know, a re-recording of a song from the first album Introduction. I had this sort of set up to show during the introduction, but I think I forgot to mention this during the introduction. I know this is a re-recording of a song from the first, from Introduction, that CD that was already given away at gigs. Or sold at gigs. And I would love to know if the original version was as bold sounding as this. Something makes me think it probably was, but I would love to hear how those two versions compare, because this was just so bonkers, but it was also so full of ideas. Very much a Mrs. Green Apple archetype in a way that way. I mentioned about the Kemosabe reference, talking obviously about a much more recent song, but again, it's that feeling that it's like Mrs. Green Apple's song, but charged up and sort of pumping along with a real sort of rocking, strumming, high tempo vibe. The big chorus, sort of relying on that hook. That's lovely. I kind of didn't quite get there. Oh, it's right there. Sorry. But still, it's lovely how that hook was in there. That gets trapped inside your head as well. Gives you something nice to come round to. I feel like the last chorus was just him singing that line once and the funny effect. So the ending crescendo was a little bit maybe strange, but overall you had a hook that you wanted to come back round to. You had a high energy charge. You had like little keyboard sounds coming in, like the little call and answer sort of thing just appearing in the background. All these little parts. I love the fact that it used not an unheard of technique once again, but breaking down to the 3 count swing, 1 2 3 1 2 3 in the bridge, going like this. And then when it came out the bridge, we just kind of got a just very simple rhythm section. Everything built up, and the ending was just building up and building up. I don't think it quite really landed the crescendo as much. I think they should have actually full on done the chorus at the end. I respect them for doing something different, but I think having a full chorus at the end of that build up would have been even more of a rewarding payoff, because the song had such a great energy, flowed so well. Love it. It had all the color that we expect from Mrs. Green Apple songs. The bass was kind of having a bit of fun there, but it was very much a keyboard centric song here. Lots of keyboards, lots of guitars, vocals were great. So much talking that I'm nearly parching myself. It was just absolutely a ton of fun. But yeah, I don't deny an album track. It's not the sort of catchy that's going to get you a big hit single. It is the sort of catchy where your fans are going to absolutely lose their minds when you play this live. I wonder, do they still play this live? I hope they do. This sounds like it would be so much fun live. I really enjoyed this. This has got me in a good feeling though, because if we're talking about this album, we just started off with Start, which I did the reaction to a while ago, but that is a really kind of upbeat, bright song. Then Risky Game is full of energy. Next up, we've got a 5-minute song called LP. So I'm interested to see what direction that goes into. It certainly is a long play, but terrible jokes. But still, it's definitely one that I'm looking forward to seeing what direction this goes in next, because so far we've just had like high energy pop rock start to this, but with loads of fun layers and clarity and detail. Yeah, I'm just really enjoying this one, so can't wait to see what comes next. But as always, fun stuff. Get in the comments, tell me what you think, and if I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these, I'll be very happy. But until then, for now, ciao ciao.